I'm Pip Jones. Welcome to Faber Booktime. I always wanted to be a writer, even when I was perhaps as young as 7 years old. I thought that writing stories for children would be an amazing job, possibly the best job in the world. I think I might have been right. It took me a while to start writing books for children, and I had some other jobs before I started doing that, but now I've written quite a few. I write picture books and early readers and chapter books as well for older children. I'm sitting here in our office, which is in our house. This is where I do some of my writing. It's also where we keep all the books. So we've got lots and lots of shelves in here. Not only the books that I write, but all the books that my family likes to read. The shelves are always full. They're always getting full. And then we have to have a clear out so that we can make some room to get even more books. Have you got any pets at home? The reason I ask is we've got a little guest here today. You can just about see, this is little Frida. Frida is our 1-year-old miniature poodle. She's wearing a jumper to match my dress today. And she's come to join in story time because, like every day, she's just sleepy. She just wants to sleep, really. She's going to have a little sleep on my lap and keep me warm. Frida's not our only pet. We've got 3. I'll tell you about them in size order. So Frida's the biggest one, even though she's actually quite small. I wonder if you've spotted our other pet. If you look down there, see? Now that is Squishy McFluff's basket. Squishy McFluff is an invisible cat, and you have to imagine really hard to be able to see him. So use your imagination and look in that basket. You might see Squishy having a little bit of an invisible fish from his feeding bowl in there. Our third pet, our smallest pet, is a budgie called Jeff. Now I'd love to introduce you to Jeff, but I can't really because although he is small, Jeff is very, very loud. And if he was in this room, he would be tweeting so loudly you probably wouldn't be able to hear anything that I'm saying. So I will show you a photo of Jeff instead. There's Jeff Budgie there, look. And Jeff is actually featured in the Piggy Hansen book. I'll show you, look. This is the second Piggy Hansen book, and Jeff Budgie is there, look, on the cover. And on the back cover with his name and everything. I put a lot of my family members into my books. I like to sort of use people that I know really well and build characters around them. It's quite fun. So the picture books that you can see up here, there are 4 in this collection. It's called the Ruby Roo collection, and there are 4 books in that series, and those are all based on my younger daughter Ruby and silly things that she did when she was a toddler. The Squishy McFluff series features a little girl called Ava, and those were all about my elder daughter Ava's antics when she was a toddler, because when she was about 2.5, Ava found an invisible cat, and you know, that's why we have an invisible cat, and it's why I wrote the books. There are, I'll show you if I just do this, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books there in the Squishy McFluff collection. But in fact, there are now 7. This book has just come out. It's the 7th in the Squishy McFluff series. There is also a picture book, which you can just see behind my chair there. The Squishy McFluff books are illustrated by Ella Okstad, who lives in Norway. So Squishy McFluff is half Norwegian. Not very many people knew that. The newest book, it was so fun to write, and I think it's probably one of my favourite Squishy McFluff books. In this story, Ava and Squishy, as ever, they want to make a normal situation lots more fun. Well, it's sort of normal. They're very excited because a circus is coming to town. And Ava has always wanted to go to a circus, as has Squishy McFluff, of course. But what they really, really dream of is not only to go to a circus, but to join a circus. And by some happy accident in this book, they're actually going to get to be a part of the circus. So I thought that I would read some of Squishy McFluff On With the Show to you. Right, are we ready, Frida? Are you ready? Good. One balmy evening on a Friday in May, as Mummy was putting the sandpit away, she sighed a long sigh, then said, "Everyone, I've a plan for the morning. It'll be so much fun." "Oh, just wait till I tell you," Dad groaned with dread. "Tomorrow we're all going to tidy the shed." "What? No!" Ava hugged her invisible cat. "Squishy McFluff says he won't enjoy that. Just look at his face. Oh, you've made him feel sad. His whiskers are drooping." Mum said, "Too bad. It's time for pyjamas." Ava let out a yawn. Then the breeze blew Dad's newspaper over the lawn. McFluff silently meowed. Ava gasped in delight. On the cover, the words read, "This Saturday night, Bing's Big Top Circus is coming to town, starring Hank Honk, the world's craziest clown." "Mum, Dad, quick, look!" Ava showed them the pages. "I've wanted to go to a circus for ages. Oh, please, can we go?" Ava begged on her knees. "Squish has never seen clowns, or a swinging trapeze, or a fancy pants lady who breathes out real fire, or a man doing cartwheels high up on a wire, or—" "Shh!" Mum took the paper. She looked apprehensive. "Oh, Ava, these tickets are very expensive." "The deal is," said Mum, "if you don't make a fuss, if you help out tomorrow and you tidy with us, then I will buy the tickets. Because once that shed's done, we'll really deserve to go out and have fun." Early next morning, they were up and about, in time to catch Dad as he tried to sneak out. "And where are you off to?" The lake," Dad replied. "Not likely," said Mum. So they all tramped outside. The shed door was opened. Out the junk clattered. The sandpit, some buckets, a tent which was tattered, then plant pots and paint pots and badminton rackets, some rusty old shelves with their rusty old brackets, and then, last of all, with an almighty rumble, a mountain of toys toppled down in a jumble. Mum began sorting, but McFluff had a plan. He swung on the spout of the watering can. "I think you're right, Squish. As a matter of fact, there's lots of stuff here we could use for our act. We'll find things to balance and find things to throw. We need practice to join a big circus, you know." They made wooden stilts. Ava clung to the wall. "We just can't walk straight when we're terribly tall." They found an old bike and removed the front wheel. "We can't join the circus on this," Ava squealed. They got lots of pots, but soon Ava was struggling. "I'm not sure that these are the right shape for juggling." They tackled the tightrope. It was ever so high. "Mum, please can you help?" Ava said with a sigh. Plucking her down, Mum said, "Listen, tonight we're watching the circus, not performing, all right? You said you'd both help. If you do want to go, the shed is just there. So on with the show." By 6:30 that evening, Ava was ready, complete with a headdress, all rather unsteady. So the family set off with twinkling smiles to drive to the circus. "It's only 10 miles. They whizzed through the sunshine and hadn't gone far when Squish saw a chap standing next to a car. The man poked the engine, then gave it a clout, which made a huge puff of black smoke billow out. "Not now," the man wailed. "This can't happen today." "Oh, crumpets," said Ava. "Do we think he's okay?" Squish pointed. "Ah, yes," Ava said. "Now I see. He's smiling. He looks pretty happy to me. The traffic lights changed, and so off the car sped. They drove and they drove till, look there, up ahead! All stripes and bright lights, the big top loomed high with its colourful flag swirling high in the sky. Wow, Ava whispered as they walked through the gates and past a performer who was spinning 12 plates. Then a strong man, a juggler. The band played so loud as dancers did backflips to welcome the crowd. There was still half an hour before the show's start. I'm famished, said Dad when he spotted a cart selling popcorn and candies and ice creams and sweets. I'll get us some snacks, then we'll all take our seats. Ava and Squish both skipped off to the tent where a poster read, Hank Honk, tonight's main events. While Dad watched his popcorn get oozily buttered, they peeked through the gap. Huh? You what? Someone muttered. The ringmaster, Bing, was right there on his phone. Please tell me you're joking, he said with a groan, as a big bead of sweat trickled over his brow. But you're our finale! Just get here right now! You can't! Hank, I told you to get a new car! Well, find me a new act. This show needs a star. Oh dear, Ava sighed. Mum said, Hey, why so glum? Squishy's sad. It's Hank Honk. I don't think he can come. Don't worry, said Mum. She squeezed Ava's shoulder. You'll learn lots tonight for when you're much older. Ava looked puzzled. For the circus, Mum smiled. And when you both join, oh, the crowd will go wild. Well, that cheered them both up. Ava squealed, Yay! She just wished so much they could join right away. Introducing, she sang as she tipped her tall hat, Awesome Ava and her invisible cat. Baby Roo giggled and Mum and Dad laughed. Such rascals, said Daddy, you two are so daft. Then suddenly Bing, the ringmaster, appeared. Ahem, he said, twirling the end of his beard. Excuse me, but, did I hear you quite right? That you were our substitute act for tonight? You got here so quickly. No, Mum began, but instantly Squishy McFluff had a plan. What do you think Squishy McFluff's plan will be? Well, I'll tell you something, just a little clue. They're going to end up in the spotlight. I really hope that you enjoyed listening to the start of Squishy McFluff On With The Show. To find out what happens, you could buy yourself a copy. It's out now in bookshops. Or, of course, go to your library and borrow one for free. Support your libraries. For now, it's goodbye from me and it's bye from Frida. Bye.
Hi, my name is Ella and I'm the illustrator of Squishy McFluff. I live in Norway with my family and my cats. Well, my visible cat and my invisible cat. I'll just show you around my office. This is my rather messy desk. And, well, it has a Mac and loads of pencils, paper. And right behind me you can see my bookshelf with some of the Squishy books. There. I thought I would make you a drawing today from the book. And I bet you are really good at drawing too. So when we finish, it's all over to you. Okay, hope you enjoy this. Bye.